how to know what's right. In a world full of choices, how do you know what's right and what's wrong? Today, we're diving into a powerful quote by Marcus Aurelius. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Simple words, but with a deep message. Hook for audience. Briefly introduce why making the right choices matters. Mention how many people feel overwhelmed by choices and sometimes struggle to trust their decisions. Marcus Aurelius is telling us that right and true are powerful guides for how we should live. He's reminding us to use these as principles in everything we do and say. Simplify the message. Explain that if something feels wrong, we shouldn't do it. And if something isn't true, we shouldn't say it. These two ideas are simple, but can have a huge impact on our lives. Relatable example. Use a relatable example like facing peer pressure to do something you're uncomfortable with. If it feels wrong, trust that instinct. Practical tips for knowing what's right. Tip 1. Listen to your gut feeling. Explain that we often have an inner sense of what feels right or wrong. Encourage viewers to trust the feeling more often. Our example. Think about a time you felt uncomfortable with a decision. Maybe you were pressured to agree with something you didn't believe in. That feeling of unease, that's your inner compass. Tip 2. Think long-term, not just the short-term. Share how focusing on the long-term impact can help us to make better choices. Our example. If something feels right for now, but you know it could hurt someone or yourself later, that's a red flag. The right thing usually feels good not just now, but also down the road. Tip 3. Test if it's true. Before saying it, remind viewers to pause before speaking. Ask, is this true? It's a good habit to avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. Our example. Before you repeat a rumor or criticize someone, ask yourself, is it really true? Taking a moment to check can save a lot of trouble and hurt feelings. Why following this advice brings peace. Explain how this builds inner peace. Share how living by these principles helps reduce regrets and keeps our conscience clear. When we avoid things that feel wrong and speak only what's true, we feel more aligned with our values. Or example, talk about how making a tough but honest choice can feel challenging in the moment but brings peace later. Say something like, it might be uncomfortable to speak the truth or to avoid something tempting that feels wrong, but later, you'll feel at peace because you stayed true to yourself. Growth and self-respect. Show how every time we choose what's right and true, we build respect for ourselves. This creates a stronger, more confident version of who we are. Our example, when we do what's right, even if it's hard, we're telling ourselves, I respect who I am and what I believe. And over time, this makes us more confident and happier with our choices. Encouragement and call to action. Marcus Aurelius's words remind us that we have control over our actions and words. We can choose what feels right and speak only what's true. This builds a life of honesty and integrity, which leads to real peace and happiness. Encourage action. Invite viewers to try living by this principle in small ways. Choosing what feels right in small decisions. Speaking only what they know to be true.